till 9 o'clock to welcome people, but I wanted to get everything set up.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You have me selected as
Oh.
moderator?
Yeah, you should be. Yeah, you're on. I see you. Hi, Andrew.
I'm ready to go by the time you wake up. By the time you wake up, I'm already there ready to go. Morning.
Morning.
Y'all doing all right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute now. Oh, Lord. You see her here?
Yes.
Wow. That's fine. That's what I heard.
I can't see the.
Yeah, he's at home.
I'm waiting till 9 o'clock to actually greet everyone.
Any Harry boys hanging around with you now?
He's not a boyfriend.
Good morning. Hi, I'm Susan of Susan Soaps and More, and I just wanted to welcome you here. I am live at the State Fair of Texas. This is our third weekend to do the State Fair because it's a total of 3 weeks, 4 weekends long, and I'm here every day from 10 until 7, and I've got an hour drive up here and back, so it makes for a pretty long day. And one of the questions I hear from people a lot is, how the heck do you do that? I don't see how you do that. So today I wanted to share some tips with you, kind of pull back the curtain a little bit in terms of how I do manage to show up every day for, it's a 24-day show. And then I still have things that I have to do back at home as far as, of course, the bank has to get counted. I get food ready to take. We have orders that still have to go out, product that has to be pulled to come back and be brought back up to the fair. So let's get into it a little bit. One of the things that I do is I bring coolers with me. I take one for cold food and one for hot food. And so I'll get into some of that a little bit more, but it's important to try to eat healthy, and buying fair food is not eating healthy, and also it's really expensive. So we learned a long time ago, this is my 21st year exhibiting here at the Go Texan Pavilion, and my 7th year actually being in a booth the whole time. Before that, I was in a kiosk where it was a little bit shorter hours, from a couple hours, 10 to 12 in the morning and 2 to 4 in the afternoon. So, but for the last 7 years, it's been 10 to 7 every day. So that's the insulated bags is one thing that I use so that we have way to have cold drinks, cold sandwiches. I'll even, like today, even pack little yogurt cups for us. And then I have another cooler that I use to keep some hot soups with that I always bring, because having something hot later at the day is it makes all the difference. And then another thing is staying hydrated. So I take a big thermos of water, I fill it all the way up with ice, and then add in water to it so to start the day with. And then I'll pack up to 3 to 4 bottles of water in that the cold cooler. So it's in the cooler that's cold. Usually I'll have at least 1 sandwich for me, sometimes 2 sandwiches for Andrew, and then 3 to 4 bottles of water, sometimes yogurt, sometimes some fruit. Every once in a while, if things have been getting a little rough, I'll even put in a soft drink, a Coke or something. So I try to bring stuff from home instead of having to buy anything here at the fair. But staying hydrated throughout the day is important, and water is a big part of that. So that's one of my big tips. And then we also take, and I left it down. I'm gonna, not as prepared as I should be, I guess. But this is the other thing is we take I make a big pot of coffee in the morning. And so this is like I guess kind of like the old-fashioned construction type thermoses, but boy, does it keep everything hot. And it's a Thermos brand. I actually have some affiliate links down in the description below. So if you're interested in any of this type of thing, you can grab those. But the coffee, it stays hot for us all day long. And so this is something that really helps, because it gets along. And in the middle of the afternoon, sometimes you want to take a nap and you can't take a nap. So coffee can really help. And if we're rushing out the door and we don't have time for it in the morning, if we're bringing it in the booth, we've got our coffee handy. So, and then another thing that I try to do is, as far as staying comfortable in the booth, a couple things is I've found that it really helps to rotate my shoes, so that I don't wear the same pair of shoes every day. Try to wear like pull-on shoes or tennis shoes and switch in and out. So because you're on your feet a lot, and having a different set of shoes every other day or every few days can really help refresh your feet. So that's another tip to keep in mind. And then also, I'm standing up here to talking to y'all, and I guess you can't see my chair very well, but we have high director's chairs, and I've got a link to the one that I like in the description below, because it actually has a foot strap, so you can actually sit in your chair. This way, when you're talking to customers or greeting people in your booth, you're more at eye level. You're not sitting way down below them, so that you can interact with them a lot better. And somebody's asking me how I'm doing. I feel like I'm doing pretty good for we're a little over 2 weeks into the fair, so we're way over halfway through. Thanks for asking. And then one of my other things that is, like, you see me here with a jacket on, and underneath that is a short sleeve shirt. So because you never know I tend to get cold pretty easily in the air conditioning. You may not, but you never really know if it's an indoor show, which is all we do anymore, but how the temperature is going to be in the building. So you want to bring layers so that you can adjust, so that you're comfortable, so that you're not spending the whole day cold or hot or whatever, so that you can make it through your whole day comfortably. Another thing that I wanted to bring up is I always take a little notebook and pen with me, because it's important to know to be able to write stuff down. As we go through our day, if we sell a lot of a particular product, I need to make a note to bring more peppermint tea tree soap or more face serum, or I just noticed when I was getting ready to talk to y'all about our peppermint hand spritzer that we're getting low on that. So that's something I will write down to make sure that we bring more of tomorrow. Also, if you are like me and you do sell wholesale, or maybe you collect leads to talk to people in the future, writing, it's amazing. People will be at the show and they're here for pleasure. They're not here for business, and yet they're bringing up asking if you do wholesale or some business conversation that they want to have with you. Then if you have a little notebook and a pen, because a lot of times they won't have a business card, so you can write down their information. So this little notebook is definitely a lifesaver. And then I'm gonna, I mentioned my peppermint hand spritzer. I use this just kind of as a fresh pick-me-up. You can spritz it in your hand and then you just have that peppermint sit. So it's very refreshing. It's a great wake-up type of thing. So, and then continuing on as far as the essential oils, of course, I always use my anti-aging face serum, but somebody's asking about what is the medicine? I'm going to get to that in just a second. It's not really medicine, it's a herb, but sorry, I can't read the little notes under there without looking close. So my rose and sandalwood, if I know that I'm going to have a particularly hectic day, like yesterday was OU weekend, lots of craziness, lots of people, lots of noise, I'll take some of that and put it on the back of my neck or around my temples or whatever to help ground me and relax me. Somebody was asking, this is nettle leaf, and this is one of my, I'm not a doctor, I'm not making medical recommendations exactly, but this is what I use to help ward off allergies. And this time of year in Texas is really bad for allergies. And I started this years ago when my son was having issues with asthma, actually, and I wanted to try a more natural way of dealing with it. So I've been taking the nettle leaf every day, multiple times a day, to try to ward off coming down with any kind of allergies. And I find that if you can stay out ahead of it, it really does help a lot. And at least for me, I don't have any negative side effects from it. Again, I put a link down below in the description. So if you're interested in something like that, I personally have found it very helpful. So, and then I mentioned doing a hot meal because we head out early in the morning. I try to eat, like today I had yogurt with fruit and a little bit of granola cereal. And then we went out the door, and then for lunch I've got a tuna fish sandwich, and I brought a yogurt cup. Here in the Go Texan Pavilion, it's really nice because they do free apples that they hand out. So that'll kind of be through my day. And then around 5:30 or so, I made a hot from scratch chicken noodle soup with spinach and carrots and stuff in it. So it's got some vegetables. And I'll pack these in. This is one of my very favorite things that I use for long days like this at shows, and it's by Thermos. It's an insulated little thermos, and it comes with its own little spoon, all tucked in to the top, and it really does keep everything hot. It probably doesn't keep it quite as long as this one does, but it works. I mean, when we eat our soup about 5:30 or so, late this afternoon, early this evening, that soup will still be hot that I poured into this morning at whatever time it was, 6:30 or so. So, because we headed out the door at 7 this morning. So this is, if you do long shows at all, or out, maybe you're just doing sightseeing or something, or out and about where you're going to be out away from home and you want to have something hot to eat at some point during your day, these little thermoses are amazing. I went ahead and bought several sets so that I don't have to wash them every single night, because sometimes when I get home, it's like all I can do is just to get the stuff pulled, the bank counted, the stuff that I really have to do, and I'm ready to crawl into bed. So this way, I've got several sets that I can take for my family, Andrew and I, or Jerry and I, whoever is helping me work the booth that day, and we can have something hot because it really helps a lot. So that is those are my main things that I tried to, one of the other tips that I wanted to pass on is that I do try to prep as much stuff beforehand as possible. I try to get as many bills paid. I try to get caught up on laundry, get my hair cut, take care of whatever I can in advance. This year, I've been really focusing some, as this is my only third YouTube live that I've done. So I am doing a little bit more social things, I guess. So I'm not quite as ahead of the ball game as I would like to be. Next year, I'll probably try to do things a little bit differently, make sure I've got more of my social media stuff prepped, even the YouTube videos prepped even more in advance. On the soups, instead of making them fresh, maybe I'll consider freezing soup in a block, and then so all I have to do is put it in the pot and turn it on and finish getting ready. So it is an evolving process, but the main thing that I want to emphasize is you need to figure out or adapt ways that work for you to make you feel healthy and keep you going and energized while you're doing a 3-week show. And so you want to try to offload as much stuff as you can from your plate to have it already done in advance, and then use some of these tools that I'm showing you, as far as the water thermos, the coffee pot, or not pot, but thermos, and then the little hot soup thermos, taking care of yourself with essential oils, skincare products, rituals, routines. I even do little stretches in the booth. So it's all about overall healthcare for you, so you have the energy to make it through the whole show. So does anyone have any questions from, somebody's asking, where am I from? I'm located in Texas. We are a little bit outside of Dallas. So this is the Texas State Fair. It happens every year from the last weekend, opens the last Friday of September and goes for 3 full weeks and 4 weekends through to, this year it ends October 19th. So, did anyone have any other questions that I could answer for you? I hope that y'all found this helpful. It's something that is an evolutionary thing for me, as far as evolving the best way to do everything. And some of the products that I have linked to before are things that I actually use, and I've ordered actually from Amazon and have benefited me while I'm doing a 3-week show. But I thought, since this is a question that I get asked so many times when people find out that I'm doing the state fair, that you might find it interesting. So if there's no other questions or anything, Gabe, I wanted to say hi back to you. Thanks so much for commenting. And I can't remember, somebody, King, is asking how I'm doing again. We're doing great. We had a great day, considering it was for the OU weekend, because a lot of people can't carry stuff into the ball game. So a lot of people are just here kind of wandering through the fair. But overall, yes, we are having a great fair. And so we've got good weather for the last week, so I think we're going to finish strong. And if nobody has any questions, I need to probably finish getting ready, because we're going to open here at 10 o'clock. not too much longer. So thanks so much for being with me. If you have questions, if you're not watching this live and you have more questions, put them in the comments and I will definitely get back to you. Again, if you are coming to the State Fair, obviously if you're in India, I'm sure you're not going to make it to the fair. But if you're in Texas or coming to the fair, again, we are located in the Go Texan Pavilion and I have my own booth. I would love to meet you. Or we also have a shelf, full shelf over in the Go Texan store. So thanks again for being here. And we will be back next Sunday again at 9 a.m. And I'm planning on talking about our lotion bars, which is a product that I guess that is probably one of the products that we make that people are least familiar with. And they have all kinds of great ways to use them, as well as some tips for the holidays. So thanks again for being here, and I appreciate all of y'all. Take care. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.